Welcome everyone to the People Module training. My name is Anna and we'll now begin the training. If you have any questions, by the way, for the duration of the training, you can drop your questions via the chat box and one of my colleagues are on hand to respond to your queries. Okay. And later on towards the end of the training, I will be flashing contact details of those people that you will be able to contact regarding any requests that you might have for the people module. Thank you. So what is the people module? Some of you guys might have used eStaff, some might have not used it ever, but this is an entirely upgraded module to eStaff with more meat in it, more muscles. It's an HR management system that brings your people data together so you can spend your time on people, not on paperwork, to organize your employees' data and documents securely in the cloud with JustLogin. It's actually a repository of your staff's data so you can easily access it and view it anytime. It's right at the tip of your fingertips, including P files or personal files like medical certificates, increment letters. All of those can be added into the people module. You should be able to see the people module right here on the left-hand panel. That includes info and employees. Plus, in relation to those, the settings section, which includes custom notifications and company settings. We'll go into those each, starting with info. On the Info tab, you can see these different sections: Info, Employment, and Training. So for Info, this is the staff's personal information, which includes personal details, other details, which includes residency status, emergency contact information, dependents, educational details, and skills information. So some metadata that you have here, for example, department. You can see a list of different departments in this section. This can actually be set up on your account depending on what your company requires via company settings. Let's open that section here. So the list of departments that you see on this list can actually be seen on the employees and here. So if you add another department on this portion under employee fields in company settings, the staff will also be able to add those and choose that from the list, drop down list on their end. So that's one of the things that you can actually do on the people module. You can configure some fields according to your company's requirements. Next, employment. So on employment, you can see designation history, employment history, salary progression, and you also have the audit history. So you can enable this option, by the way, notify me for any changes on this page, so that any changes that are done on this portion, the administrator will be notified. Same goes for training. Now, the training details that you will see here, for example, your company offers training for your staff, then the staff can opt to add training. Browse the course library. So this is just a course that I've added. Now, if you take a look, those courses can actually be added through the training tab in company settings right here. So you can add a course, under the course library. You can also indicate the course provider and the training type. Once you have done so, those courses will be chosen and will be available for choosing in this list. Now, later on, I'll discuss files and notes in more detail just to show you these are some of the information that's available on the staff's end. Now we go to employees, and this is available to the People Module Administrator, where you can actually see the list of employees in your system. You can toggle between the widget view or the list view. You also have your filters. You can search for a particular name of an employee. You can filter the display based on the department or for active or deactivated users. Now, another function that's highly useful for the people module is to add new users in the system. I'm sure you guys are all aware that currently only a super user or the super administrator in the system can add new users, right? Now, a people module administrator can also has the ability to add user by clicking on this button, and they will be brought to the add user page. So they will be allowed to enter the details of the new staff for your company. Next is bulk import. This option is very useful, especially if you would like to update your staff details in one go. So you can click on bulk import, download the blank template, and then import it once you're done so that all of your users' information will be updated in one go. So you don't need to manually update one by one. What about organization chart? This is a very graphic tool for you to be able to view your organization's charts and how your organization looks like. For example, this. So you can see whoever are assigned. For example, this is the CEO and then your managers, and then the people under those managers can also be viewed. Take note, organization charts can be enabled upon request, and yes, later on, we'll give you the opportunity to indicate whatever functions or features that I covered today, if you'd like it to be enabled, so we can help assist you on that. Now, let's go into one of the users as an example. So let's say I will be going into Ted Baker. I click on his name. The information that we see here are all related to Ted Baker, as opposed to earlier, I was on info, it was just that particular staff's data. This time we are on a staff's information. We also have info, employment, and training. Now we have files. Files here will allow you to upload files on behalf of a staff as the people administrator. So first, you can create a folder on a company level. So that means if you create a folder here, for example, I'll create employment contract. This means that every single staff will be able to see the folder employment contract. If I would like to upload a file specifically for Ted Baker, I can click on Upload File. Choose the folder where I would like this file to go to. And then I have the option to share this file with the employee. So I can put a tick into this box to share this file and then upload. Once it's uploaded, and then I have shared the file to the staff, if Ted Baker logs into his own account and goes into his people module, this staff will be able to see this file and view it for himself. If I want to unshare this file to Ted or to the staff, I can click on the unshare button here and opt to unshare. Or if I would like to delete this file, I also have the option to delete. So that's where files are going to be very helpful for you. Could be like this. Whatever I have here would be MCs, offer letter, employment contract, all other files that you would like to be uploaded. It can all be done on the people module. Next up would be notes. Notes are going to be very, very helpful, especially for companies appraisal, which happens once a year. However, specific details for the rest of the year needs to be tracked, right? Instead of you trying to recall whatever happened to that specific employee for the duration of the year, you can add in notes here, just like what I did for Ted. Says part of the team that successfully launched the people module. This will definitely help you to recall and do a very good assessment towards the end of the year during the appraisal. So how do we do that? Tap on Add Notes, type in the description of the note that you would like to input, and then click on Add. Take note, notes will only be accessible to the people administrator as well as the super user. The staff will not be able to access the notes that you have input. A lot of information that can be found and accessed on the people module. How can we restrict or how can we ensure that these information can only be accessed by those people who should have access to it? We don't want those information, particularly confidential information, to be accessible to those who should not be accessing it, right? So that brings us to one of the highlights for the people module, which is access levels. Where do we create that? Let's go to company settings, and then we go to access levels tab. On access levels, we have two different levels, manager and employee. Let's start with employee. Now on employee level, you can indicate whatever the employees will be able to access, maybe view or edit or not view at all, and then assign the employees that you would like to access to that employee level. So for example, workforce, I have 7 employees who are assigned to the workforce employee level access. Let's click on that. These employees are assigned to the workforce employee level access, and these 7 will only have access to these information. As you can see, those 7 employees will only be able to view their username, employee ID, and full name, will be able to edit the date of birth, gender, race, nationality, and passport. They can only view their department and other information. They do not have access to these 2 sections, beneficiary and vaccination status. Other details, most of these are view only access or no access at all. You can change this accordingly. So if you want this to be editable by the staff, they can. You can change this or view or no access at all according to what your company will allow. This is on the employee level. So those who are assigned to this employee level access will only be able to access their account based on these permissions. Same goes for the manager level. We still need to create a manager level access. So I have created 2, one manager, another for supervisors, and I have assigned 7 users to this manager level access. So these 7 supervisors will only have access to these information. Basically, mostly view only, not able to edit anything. So take note, access levels is specifically created to ensure the confidentiality of your staff's data falls on the correct hands. So this has to be configured accordingly. Now let's go to some additional features that you might find helpful, starting with custom fields. Custom fields will allow you to add additional fields that you might deem necessary for your company. So currently, you can create a custom fields for 2 modules, people and expense. So let's say for the people module under my info, I've already added custom fields of beneficiary and vaccination status. So you can actually create different custom fields. So for example, for beneficiary, when I created a beneficiary custom field, I chose the text type on field type. So when it says, or when you choose text, that means the staff will be able to enter a free form text, let's say the name of their beneficiary. And then you also have the option to tag it as a required field, meaning your staff will need to complete it, or else they won't be able to save their data. That's your first sample. Another sample would be like this, the vaccination status. So on the field type, instead of text, I chose drop down. So here I can choose I can indicate the different options that the staff can choose from to indicate their response to this custom field. So where can the staff see this? Once you have created a custom field for people and the staff, let's say, goes to their own info, they'll be able to see this beneficiary and then the vaccination status. And then there's a need to edit accordingly. See, this is the drop down. This is the text option. And that's custom fields for you. Next, custom notification. So where can we find custom notification? Still under settings, we go to custom notifications. So custom notifications will allow you to create notifications that will be sent out to a specific group of people or to a particular user or to you. So you can be reminded. For example, you'd like to create a birthday reminder sent out to the user. So you can click on add reminder. For the title, you can type in birthday reminder, and then you can indicate to whom you would like the reminder to go to. Could be a specific to the user, and then probably the manager. And then you can indicate when you would like the reminder to be sent out. You have two options, just choose one. The first option is on the day itself of whatever you choose here. So since we're creating the birthday reminder, you choose birthday here and specify the hour. So on the day that the birthday of a particular staff arrives, the reminder will be sent out at 8 p.m. to both the user and the manager of that user. Your second option would be you would have the option to actually send out the reminder at least a certain number of days in advance. Let's say 2 days before the birthday at 8 a.m. This will be very helpful, especially if the reminder will be sent out to the manager so that the manager can probably prepare something for whoever the birthday celebrant is. And then here, you can actually customize however the reminder would look like. All right. So type in the subject. That will be the subject of the reminder that will be sent out, and then enter the text. So you can actually fully customize this. You can even paste in photos or images into the body. Once you're done, click on add. And then the system will automatically send out the reminder depending on the parameters you have set here. So that's your custom notifications. Now, last one would be custom reports. Custom reports will allow you to create reports depending on the information that you need, that you require to see on the report. I understand that certain reports, let's say payroll reports, leave reports, those are module specific reports. But custom reports will allow you to choose information from all the different modules that you are subscribed to. Have attendance, payroll, leave, people, expense. You can choose from all of these and then create a custom report which includes information from the other modules. So how do we do this? Let's say the title of this customized report that we're creating is basic info. Next, choose the information that you would like to see on the report. Of course, you will need to choose the selected fields into this portion. Default would be the name. So let's say from personal details, let's choose the date of birth. Let's start with department. So how do we bring department and email into the selected field, into the right column? You have two options. You can double click or you can drag and drop. Now let's take a look at leave details. Let's say youngest child's name, and then probably on payroll, salary. So once you have chosen the different fields that you would like on the report, you can click on preview. So you can see the information that you chose, see the specific columns that you have indicated. Once you're fully satisfied with it, you can click on publish. So you'll be prompted to publish this report, to confirm publishing this report. And now that you have published it, so what do you do next? You can click on the eye icon. So this is the report that we just created. Click on the eye icon, and then you have the option to export this report either in different formats, CSV, Excel, or PDF. So again, these are just a few of the options that you may request to be enabled on your account. These are not readily available on your account right now, but once you request it to be so, our customer experience team will be more than happy to assist you with it. So later on, I'll be flashing a survey so you can indicate your interest to have any of these functions enabled on your account. And yes, any questions, you can actually contact our support team through these. These are our customer experience team's contact details. You can contact them from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, any questions that you may have after this session, you can route them to the customer experience team. Now I'm launching the poll so you can indicate your interest in any of those questions, in any of the features that I have covered today. Just respond to those, tick, 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 whatever you would like to be enabled on your account. One of my colleagues will be contacting you regarding these. Thank you, everybody.